Everyone always glamorizes about being a real estate agent, selling the multi-million-dollar homes, driving the nice cars, buying the expensive watches, wearing the nice clothes, going on amazing vacations. But there's actually a dark side to this industry that no one actually tells you about. And it causes most real estate agents to quit the industry ultimately, or get burnt out, or overall just have fatigue and no longer want to be a real estate agent. And my goal with this video is to show you what those problems are and show you how to avoid it. So that way you can actually become a top 1% agent who actually starts making multiple six figures a year or even $1 million a year because you avoid these problems. Because real estate will literally break you if you ultimately let it, because most agents don't quit because they weren't talented enough, okay? They quit because no one warned them about what this business actually demands from you being a real estate agent. It's not rejection, it's not the cold calls, it's the emotional roller coaster that kills momentum and ultimately makes agents leave the industry. Because one day you feel on top of the world, getting tons of listings, everything's great, and the next your deals fall through. Your leads ghost you, and you're wondering if you were even cut out to be in this industry to begin with. And this video is about that part of real estate and how to avoid it, because that's the part that no one shows you on Instagram or on Facebook or on YouTube, the part that silently drives most real estate agents out of the business. Because the invisible pressure that no one trains you for is you're expected to be your own boss. You're expected to be your own marketing team, your own closer, your own scheduler, your own negotiator, and even your own therapist. But no one tells you how to handle waking up every single day, trying your best, and you still don't have any listings on your calendar. Because no one tells you what to do when you've been consistent, when you've been following up, and you still have no pipeline. You still don't have any deals coming in. You still have no money coming into your pockets. You can't feed yourself, can't feed your family. You don't really know what you're doing. It's not just about your skills. It's simply about the emotional endurance of being an agent. And most agents aren't taught how to handle that and ultimately how to actually build out that emotional endurance. Because where burnout really comes from, it's not from the long hours. Burnout does not come from working 8, 10, 12 hours a day. And I'm gonna give you a simple analogy right here. Burnout does not exist. Because if you think about it, if you were doing something that you love, say for example, what you love doing is going to the beach, sitting there, playing in the water, reading some books, you could do that for 12 hours every single day for the rest of your life and you would not burn out. Why? Because it's something you enjoy, you have basically meaning behind it, it's fulfilling to you, and you ultimately don't burn out from it. Burnout is basically a term that was created for people who didn't know how to actually strategize and move themselves forward in life and in their business and feel motivated about doing it. That's where it comes from. It's the feeling of being busy and being broke and not being fulfilled. And it's spending all day doing real estate agent stuff, right? But never actually moving your business forward, never putting more money in your pocket. And it's wondering how everyone else, every single other agent in your area or just across the world seems to be winning and doing amazing while you're stuck in survival mode, while you're stuck trying to pay the bills and you're not getting deals to come in. Because the problem isn't that you're lazy. A lot of agents are very, very harsh on themselves, thinking they're lazy, but it's not the problem. The problem is that you're simply just lost. You weren't taught correctly. That's just the ultimate and sad reality of the situation. Because you're not reacting, you're not leading, right? If you're not working without a system, you're never going to move the business forward. And you're hoping instead of executing inside of your business. And hope is a horrible strategy. I'll be completely honest. Like if you're waking up every single day just hoping that you get deals, hoping that things will change without actually putting action behind those words, you're never going to grow and you're never going to change your business, because there's a shift that needs to happen to actually avoid burnout, okay? Because the agents who survive don't have more talents, they literally just have systems. That's what I want you to understand. Systems is what separates the top 1% of agents compared to everyone else. But there's a reason why most real estate agents quit within 5 years. It's a very bad statistic. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's because agents don't get systems. They don't invest in themselves. They don't learn the right systems. They don't actively try to move the business forward. They just do all the real estate stuff that their brokerage told them to do, right? Because you need a system that's going to tell you what to do every single day, have some accountability there, have a partner there with you to help you move the business forward, who to talk to, what you should be doing to actively move the business forward, actively put more money in your pocket, because everything else comes secondary. And you need to learn how to control your income instead of guessing about where your next deal is going to come from, relying on referrals, not wondering what you should be doing to put more money in your pocket. Because you don't wake up hoping for momentum, you have to actually wake up and create momentum in your business. Because in real estate, literally confidence comes from control, not from time served. It doesn't matter if you're spending 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day trying to get deals if you're not doing it in the correct way, if you're not focusing on the right activities to move the business forward. You get confidence from controlling your outcomes. And if you're just relying on referrals, or you're doing these very basic generic strategies that all these brokerages tell you to do, you're not going to get any confidence, and ultimately you're not going to have control. Because if you're feeling this right now, I want you to understand this, that you're literally not alone. Like 99% of agents are in the exact same spot that you are. There's a reason why they say there's a top 1% of agents and there's the rest of everybody else. That's because there's a clear difference between those two different types of agents. And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand so you don't burn out in this industry. Because most agents hit this point at some stage in their business. You know, you're exhausted at the end of the day. Again, if you're working 8, 10, 12 hours a day, you're not making money, it's pretty exhausting. You're second guessing everything you do. Should I be cold calling? Should I be doing this? Should I get this system? Should I get this system? What should I be doing? You just literally can't even think about what you need to be doing on a daily basis because no one's there holding you accountable and showing you exactly what you actually need to be doing to get more deals. And you're wondering if you should even go back to your 9 to 5. There's been plenty of case scenarios where I've talked to agents and ultimately obviously ended up helping them get some more deals, but where they were at a spot where they were literally borderline about to quit the industry. They've been there for 2 years, 3 years, had some up moments, had some down moments, but just were constantly in a rut, couldn't figure it out, and they wanted to leave the industry. Even though they knew deep down this is what they wanted to do, they knew the potential of what they could achieve, they just couldn't figure it out. They just couldn't figure out the systems they needed to move the business forward. But before you quit, if you ever do decide to quit, if you ever do feel like you're in this spot right now, I want you to ask yourself this. Very simple question. Have you actually built a real system in your business to get you more listings? Okay? And one that's actually going to give you daily clarity, a repeatable process, and a way to actually track progress. Because if you don't have all three of these things, you're not actually having a system in your business. If you can't track it, you don't know if you're doing things right or you're doing things wrong. If you don't have a repeatable process, you can't even track it because it's too random. It's all over the place. One day you're eating this, one day you're eating that. It's not consistent. You can't tell. It's just like, for example, if you wanted to figure out if a diet worked well with your body, you can't go eat McDonald's one day and then go eat, an amazing carnivore diet the next day and then go vegan the third day. You're testing too many variables. You can't track that. You can't track and see what your body's doing well with and what it's not doing well with because you didn't stick to it. You need to be trying McDonald's for a month straight, trying the vegan diet for a month straight, trying a carnivore diet for a month straight, and then you can start to kind of figure it out because you have data and you can track it. And that's when you get clarity. That's when you get consistency, because otherwise you're basically just hoping to have consistency and eventually you're hoping that it'll pay off. So if you're asking yourself this question right now and you're basically been sitting there just hoping for consistency, hoping for more deals, hoping something will change, then it's time for you to make a change in your business. And that's what I want to help you do, okay? Because the business does not reward the hardest worker. Unfortunately, I wish that was the case. If basically our entire system was set up to where the hardest workers in society made the most amount of money, the construction workers, the laborers, all those types of people, they would be the richest people in the world, but it's not the case. And that's not a bad thing, by the way. It just simply means you have to be executing and using systems to get you to the end result that you want. Otherwise, you're not going to get there and you're going to get burnt out and you're not going to get the deals that you want. And ultimately, you're going to leave the industry. Okay? If you want my help getting 2 to 5 listings every single month, click the link in the top description. I'd love to help you, obviously, if you can, if you're a good fit for it. Otherwise, watch more of my content. I'm posting tons of content right now, trying to help agents just literally get up from $0, basically, dollars a month, all the way to $10,000 a month. Anything higher than that, we can obviously help you get up to $45,000 a month as an agent. But again, if you want my direct help, click the top link in the description or watch more of my content.